Hi, Jean-Baptiste.
Hi, Cameron. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to ABO.
Thanks for the invitation. Very excited for this sharing
Um,
session.
so we were discussing, you were traveling a lot. So you were hesitant to take off your glasses because you think you look tired, but I think you look great.
Yeah, and I haven't cheated.
No makeup.
No makeup
Okay.
today.
So where were you traveling to?
Very quickly, Zurich, Lausanne, then Madrid, then
Oh, okay.
Doha, Qatar, and then Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for 3 days and back.
What was it your first time in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, my first time.
What did you think about it?
Very welcoming.
Yeah?
People were very curious, very open-minded about the world, very fully aware of what's happening globally.
Okay, cool.
We know that Saudi Arabia has been investing a lot of money in sports, and we will have the announcement in few weeks about them hosting the 2034 World Cup, FIFA World
Okay.
Cup.
Wow.
It will be official in few weeks.
So this is exclusive content?
I mean, people know that there is a high chance.
Yeah. So we jumped straight in the conversation. I need to maybe introduce you to the listeners. So you founded Asia Sports Tech, AST. I always said Asia Tech Sports. No, it's Asia Sports Tech. Well, you do, it's difficult. It could be very long to introduce you because you do a lot of different things. You're involved in a lot of different projects. You have an investment banking background. And then you switched. You took the leap to start a new thing, and you founded your company. So you provide businesses market entry and growth strategy, and the ecosystem you're working in is fitness, but more. It's not only fitness, because for you, fitness is related to lifestyle. For example, if I go to the gym, I go to a yoga class, I play tennis, and then I go to the spa, and then I eat healthy. For you, this is all under one roof, the lifestyle experience. Um, that was an interesting vision that you shared with me. It's not just things that are isolated.
It's
Right?
about consumption. So
Mm.
I've been in the region for almost 15 years,
Yeah.
always looking at consumer trends in Asia.
Okay.
And I've seen waves and evolution last 15 years. And for many years, I was directly working for the direct investment for a family office coming from luxury space.
Okay.
We were looking at what else beside luxury, and what would Asian consumer demand be driven by. So we were looking at healthcare, education, tourism, and of course, sports and media entertainment as a big subset of it. And after doing it for almost 10 years for other people, bridging and looking at how to leverage Asia to grow your business and how to leverage Asia to deliver more value to shareholders, because that's in the end what we do, whoever we are, as when we invest capital and when we work with founders as well, is about how do I grow the value of your company. I went into advising directly entrepreneurs, founders, and investors with their own project. And that's why I created my own firm to do that.
And what's the evolution of the fitness lifestyle? Well, it's quite broad. It's quite a broad market, but
Yeah.
you were talking about what would be the other thing other than luxury in Asia compared to, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How did it evolve?
Yeah, it changed so quickly. So that's why today, when people ask me, what do I really cover? So there is go-to-market strategy and investment advisory. And usually I try to tell them that I cover a subset of Asian consumer demand. I focus on the hobby dollars. So what do they do in their hobby and their spare time? And I focus on sports, esports and gaming,
Okay.
and lifestyle. And in lifestyle, there is a lot of different things, everything from fitness and wellness to music, entertainment, all the way to social commerce platform like sneakers or watches.
That's so broad. But do you have a
But the thing is the subset, there is a lot of similarity between those different consumption patterns. And you, as a consumer, as a 25 or 30-year-old consumer in Asia, would actually do your sports, spend in sports, play games, do gaming, spend into that. And then the subset of lifestyle, watches, fitness, which, so actually I look at it as a 24 consumer journey pattern, not just one category, but I look at it across building a portfolio. Because as an investor, I need to build portfolio synergies between my buckets. And I think those three have a lot of synergy in between them.
So basically, it's like when you're not working, people, when they're not working, what do? They go to the gym, they
Play games.
they do this and this and that. Okay. And do we have an idea of the size of the market of maybe each of those markets or?
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of different numbers, that we could look at, but each of them, the sports market, depending what you take it, if
Yeah,
you
it's
take as well
very-
media, it can be
yes.
very broad, but it's several $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Gaming as I said, if you take the game development part is as well couple $1 trillion.
Yeah.
And then lifestyle, fitness, wellness, I would say it's in the several hundreds of $1 billion. If you include tourism, wellness tourism, we also gonna reach $1 trillion economies. So in those three buckets, you actually have very, very large addressable markets. But interestingly, for me, you have the three verticals are fast growing, considering current economic climate, and as well have additional growth potential in Asia versus other markets.
Okay.
So sports or lifestyle fitness are markets where Asia is catching up versus other economies because of the rise of a middle class. So now we see more people spending money into these categories. And you can see even, for example, here in Hong Kong, in the last 5 years, people's behavior towards fitness, wellness, sports is completely changing. 5 years ago, you didn't see that many people just running in the street. Now, the waterfront, it's a highway for runners.
Yes.
And you only have running community. If you're not part of a running community today, you are asocial.
So we said at the beginning that you were in investment banking before, and then you switched to being a business owner, an entrepreneur. So you took that leap, and then I guess you have more freedom now, and well, it's a totally different mindset and experience. I have a question about the comfort zone, because when you found your company, in a way, even if the area, your expertise is kind of related to what you were doing before, but let's say the market is very different from luxury. So you kind of stepped out of your comfort zone. And I keep hearing that you need to step out of your comfort zone, blah, blah, blah. But actually, is it something that now we have to do? I feel like we hear that more and more, whether we are entrepreneurs or even in corporate. You need to step out of your comfort zone. But what for? Was it, and how do you feel about that?
When I was investing for the family that were coming from luxury, we trying to divest from luxury, so de-risk. So I was looking already at sports, entertainment, gaming, streaming. And at that time, I was seeing the rise of tech disrupting those ecosystems. That's why I call my firm very simply. I'm very creative on business model and business engineering, but with names, I'm not that creative. That's what we call Asia Sports and Tech, because I work in sports and tech. It was the time where and it's still disrupting, where technology is disrupting a lot of the ecosystems. But I think and in this part of the world, there is really no tech and barely and smaller ecosystem as well, traditional. So I could see this change in these waves. And for me, it was not, stepping out of comfort zone of being, an employee in a firm and being secured and doing that. But actually, I felt that I stepped into my comfort zone where
okay.
I was happy to be able to help directly entrepreneurs, support them, have my hands into their businesses, deliver value, and show my way of wanting to do things and my vision, rather than being within a large groups of people that are investing, and some people are making decisions sometimes for you or not taking your decision. I really wanted to do my own.
Okay.
So
I like that.
however, I realized that it does take time, especially when you look at illiquid assets, early stage companies. It takes time to prove.
Yeah, sure.
And also this ecosystem, when I left the firm, people are really, you are creating a firm in sports and technology.
You're crazy.
Advisory in Asia and leaving a family office, you're crazy. They don't do sports in Asia. Why are you doing this? They have no sports ecosystem. Why you do this? I say, they don't, but they will.
Okay.
And now people that I bugged for 5 years or more about this, now they're seeing it. So now they're like, okay, I understand now what you were doing. And of course, in the meantime, we had events and hurdles that came along the way, that slow down the pace of that.
That's entrepreneur's life,
right? With arrest and COVID and so on, who didn't help and slow down businesses in Asia, as we all know. But it's part of the story.
Yeah. And what is it that you want to achieve through this business?
My mission is actually quite simple.
Yeah, what is
I
it?
want to get people healthier and happier in Asia. Okay. And I believe that the vertical I work on will bring happiness and health. And that's my mission.
Okay, cool. I have a random question for you, because I shared a few questions with you before the recording, but I thought about one. If you had $1 million US dollars cash now, what would you do with it? And I'm not talking about business. I'm not talking about you saying, I will invest in my business in this and this and that. I'm talking like personally. What would you do with it?
Like just spend?
You can invest or whatever. You can do whatever, but I'm not talking to the entrepreneurs. And
not about investing but would it be invest in companies or invest in myself or just
whatever?
Burn it for fun,
Whatever you want. If you had $1 million now.
So usually the thing is, that's a very tough question for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting asked every day by people to create one strategy of how much money they need and how do we allocate this in a very accurate way, their use of funds. So usually I need to be super accurate when I like to answer these questions, because I need to make sure that this 1 million is very used perfectly.
No, there's
but if you said about myself just for fun,
for fun or just for yourself?
Yeah, just for myself. I think I love to build like additional things that I love, like maybe nowadays, as you know, I'm very into wellness, fitness, recovery.
Yes.
I'd love to bring some of the best technology that I'm aware of to build like a safe haven for anyone like me who he's keen and interested in learning those new, this new lifestyle, I would say, and want to consume it. But I would probably do something like a project like this.
But won't you also maybe keep a small part of it for just to burn it, like a fun stuff for you?
But this is fun. This is actually, I love it. And it makes, if we bring
like a watch or...
Watches, yeah, but watches we can. Watches, the good thing is watches today are liquid asset as well. So we buy, we trade, and nowadays we will use it. It's becoming a lifestyle
Yeah,
asset
definitely.
as well. And if I need, and it's one day I don't want it, I just put it on wrist check, which is the Hong Kong leading watch
Yeah.
uh, trading
But
platform.
is there a watch that is like completely out of budget and so expensive that if you had this money you would be like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's buy
I
it.
don't have any yet craving about this.
Okay.
About one special what I model, but maybe there are too many because now watching all the beautiful pieces with my friend Austin Chu, the founder of Richcheck, showing me all these amazing pieces. You're like, yeah, this is nice. This is nice too. But I would think experiences as well are amazing.
Yeah.
My passions are around sports. So if you tell me what I would do, I will just rent a boat and go scuba diving with my friends for a
Nice.
month,
Yeah.
doing different islands around the world. Go back to dive in the best place I've ever dove in, French Polynesia. We'll
Wow.
do this kind of experiencing
Nice.
as well.
Nice.
A little bit. If you want me
Yeah.
to burn a bit, I'll do that.
Nice. So we understand that you're very active. You're passionate about what you do. You also you do a lot of sports also. Makes sense, right? Otherwise it would be weird.
You will be surprised in the world of sports, a lot of people don't look like healthy at all. The higher up you go in the decision making.
Does sport, like when you work out, whatever workout it is or whatever sports, does it bring you, like over time, did you see that you developed qualities thanks to practicing a sport that then were useful either for your own well-being, for your own life, self-improvement, and also at work?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I do sports since I'm a kid. My main sports traditionally is football. I am really, even in what I do today, I'm really a team player.
Yeah.
I love building teams.
Yeah.
I love solving problems with teams. And I think this comes out from my early days of playing football all my life as a team, where we have to solve problems as a team to win
Yeah.
that game. And it's a very tactical game. It's a very team game. You cannot win without a team. You need to get everyone aligned. You get everyone trusted in the belief that the vision is to win together. So for sure, those qualities, and learn to fail, learn to lose. I think those are important qualities. I think people were better, even in football. Nowadays, even if you are number 8 at a tournament, you win a cup, it's not my style. I'd rather everyone, they need to learn how to lose and to cry when you lose. So for sure, those values. And over time, I do a lot of other sports. I do cycling and train Hyrox and do a lot of fitness,
Yeah, I want to talk
wellness.
about that.
We'll talk about it later. So yeah, this is more about knowing yourself. Maybe those are more solo individual sports that you need to train. You need to be focused. You need to have a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
And when you go on your bike, it's for 3-4 hours, and the pain is you and yourself.
Yeah.
So you need to get that climb done. You need to suffer in the heat. You need to be there. But also those are amazing moments of being in peace with myself, spend those moments to self-reflect. People ask me, oh, do you do meditation? I said, yeah, when I'm on my bike for 4 hours, I have a lot of time to do this. This is my moments of self-reflections that I've had time. Otherwise, I'm always doing thousands of things. In this moment, I do only one thing, but I'm in a zone, then I can do it. The difficulty is a lot of my business also are related to those passions. And it's a question I often get.
Yeah.
How hard is it for you to disconnect because all your passion are related to your work and vice versa?
I think it's just another way of, when you have your business and you're passionate, I don't think you have to disconnect.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way you live it. And as long as you listen also to your needs and you take care of yourself and your mental health, I think it's fine. And for example, meditation, I don't like to sit down and think about something. I don't like that.
You're
So,
supposed to think about nothing though when you meditate.
well, but I don't know how to do that. So my meditation is more focusing on doing only one thing at a time. That's my way of meditating. And I think it's fair. There's not one way,
Correct.
you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of relate to what you were saying. But how do you feel when you do nothing? Do you feel stressed or agitated or?
When I do nothing, when does that happen?
Okay, good answer.
I don't really. I usually it's very rare. I can't even tell you like when this. Usually, if I do nothing, it's because I sleep. That's the only time.
So you mentioned Hyrox.
Yes.
So Hyrox is maybe you can introduce
Explain,
that better
yeah.
than me.
So Hyrox is what we call fitness racing competition.
Yeah, worldwide,
So
right?
it's a global IP,
Okay.
and it's an event where you do 8 kilometers running and 8 fitness station. So it's a bit like looking at it like a Formula One race with 8 pit stops in the middle. So you do 1K run, and then you do pit stop number 1, 1K run, pit stop number 2, and so on 8 times. And the stations are everything from 1,000 meter rowing, 1,000 meter erg, sled push, sled pull.
It's close to CrossFit in a way.
No, because CrossFit is very, I would say, technique based and about heavy weight.
Okay.
Because CrossFit, you keep on increasing weight, whether this is a race.
Okay.
And it's standardized. Everyone can do.
Okay.
CrossFit, you need to
Not everyone
qualify
can do.
through a lot of different things. And it's not made for mass participation.
Okay.
Hyrox is a mass participation.
But it's not for everyone. Come on.
It is.
It's no, the level is not easy.
It's for mass participation. Look, this year, there will be probably 800,000 people around the world who will do a Hyrox competition. So it's growing from few 100,000 to this. So it's a mix of gym and running. And the beauty of Hyrox is also everyone can participate. Yeah, for a single individual, you need to train a bit if you do it this by yourself. But the beauty of this is there is no time limit. You can do it 1 hour, you can do it in 2 hours, you can do it in 3 hours. You can take your time to do it.
Okay.
And then after, it's just about improving your time. But also, there is some way for you to enter. You can do it as a double, so you do it with a friend, where
And you split
the stations, but you do the running together.
Okay.
Or then there is another one called a relay, which is 4-person, where you only need to do 2K run and 2 station. So I think this is very the appealing
Accessible.
Product, accessible for people get it going.
Yeah. How do you prep? Are you going to do that on your own?
Yeah, of course.
So do you prep? Are you preparing for that? Because it's very soon. It's around the corner.
Yeah, it's in. There are a lot of Hyrox events that we go to, but we don't always have the freedom to participate because usually we are quite busy with the events. But there is one in few weeks in Hong Kong, which is also the first Asia Championship.
Okay.
And also there will be for the first time international Hyrox athletes flying to Asia to participate, to showcase what are the pro level of Hyrox.
Okay.
So yeah, I train.
Are you on a diet now or eating like chicken, rice, and broccoli?
I've always been somehow, we always try to care a little bit about this. Because when we do a lot of sports, we know our nutrition is very important for us to be properly fueled to practice and do sport. And as sport is our passion, we care more about the fuel we put in the tank to be better at what we do. So it's over time, it comes, and as well, maturity, you sleep better, you rest better, you train better, and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, I do train. I mean, I come from a strong base, so I like cross training. I like a lot of sports. I usually don't do one single thing. That's why I continue doing my football, my cycling, and all that. And I think this continue building for Hyrox. I've done a little bit of specific training, related to some strengthening of part that I'm a bit weaker.
Yeah.
For example, on the upper body, because playing football and cycling, my legs are okay, my running is okay, but some other piece of it. So, and then in some stations that you really have to do the moves to be good at it. Like, for example, before I was not having fun of doing 100 meter of burpees, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't, but it's part of it. So I got to train
Yeah.
a little bit.
I think the people who have fun doing that are psychopaths. Or what. I don't know. And so Hyrox is also it's a license actually. And how is it related to
To
your business?
So there is a business that I work very closely with called the
Okay.
Hybrid Group that owns the license for a certain number of territories in Asia that have been growing this very successfully in the last 2 years. It's only 2 years old in Asia. People think it has been there for a while, but it's only 2 years old in Asia, and the team is amazing. The hybrid team that I bring the Hyrox, but also the hybrid team has built another IP on top of this called the Fitness and Wellness Experience, FWE, which is a fitness and wellness festival that is organized in conjunction with Hyrox.
Okay.
We did it started in Hong Kong last year. Then this year we did it in Singapore. It was very successful with more than, for the first time, 30,000 people attending. And in a few weeks, again, bring back this festival of fitness and wellness in conjunction to Hyrox. And the purpose is very simple. I believe that fitness and wellness is a lifestyle, and people want to learn more about it, want to be more educated about it, are keen to know about new burn opportunity, new refuel opportunities, new recover opportunities.
Okay.
Within the three buckets, and want to discover new things. Yes, sometimes you like Hyrox, and sometimes you will get into Pilates, and sometimes you will say, hey, I want to do something different. And we are hearing, learning from friends, usually word of mouth or social, but there is not really a physical place for people that are passionate and the fans of this ecosystem to get together and share their passion and their interest. And this is kind of the platform we are looking to build.
Okay. And back to what we were saying earlier about what sports brings to your life, and also you were saying, you mentioned the qualities, the common qualities needed to run a business. And I reflect a lot on that, on the common qualities of business owners, because also I meet a lot of business owners in the podcast, and we discuss that. And I guess that sometimes saying I don't know is a valid answer, and because it feels like as a business owner you always need to have answers to everything, but actually I think we have more questions than answers, because we're just navigating through this and it's not always easy. So I think humility is definitely something you need. Well, anyone, but when you own a business, you need that to. If your ego is too big, then I think it blinds you, and it's not the best for your business and for yourself. So what do you think about that? What would you say about the importance of humility? And more concretely, was there a time you saw that it was actually useful to grow?
Yeah, I mean, I think that every time you step on the pitch, you need to be reminded that there is a game to win, and you need to, every time is a new battle. So you need to stay humble. It's not because you won the last one that you're gonna win the next one.
Yeah.
And if you come with ego and pretentious, then at some points you're gonna lose yourself. You're gonna lose your team. and you won't be able to win the next one. You may not see it right away, but you'll see it at some points. And this usually happens when you win too much as well. And we can see this every day in the world of sports. I can nowadays fans of Red Bull are seeing this happening in their Formula One teams. Fans of other team sports are seeing it as well. If you're a fan of the French team, you see them winning a lot, and now you're like, oh, there is a problem. Is it ego problem? What's going on? So I think on the business side is the same. You need to always be mindful of, it's not because you won or you achieve some success that more success will come. Two, I also believe that you need to stay humble in the good time and in the tough time too. So by that I mean, it's like, when you start your business, you will have, especially at the beginning, but not only, some huge failures. And I think if you are not humble and take them, so sure, okay, if you believe you are too successful and you're too big egos, some of those failure could destroy you and could really drag you down. So you need to be mindful of that and always take one step after another. And in the big success, even if you believe that the success you brought was a good win, it's not only because of you. There are a lot of people around you who helped you. And if you see very successful people, they stay very humble.
Yes. Yeah.
Not in every countries.
Yeah. And can you talk about that particular athlete, or you know what I mean? You have news to share here.
No, I think would be exciting. So I just came back from Madrid and had a chance to be there with one of a recent French football player who just moved to Madrid, Kylian Mbappe, and have a chance to closely collaborate with his team. He's a very smart business person. He totally understands that you need to give before getting. And he loves supporting entrepreneurs and projects too. He's young, but he's very aware of what's going on.
Yeah. So you managed to make him invest in a project in Hong Kong?
So I was helping him to. We were looking at how to show to the Asia ecosystem that we are here to support it.
Okay.
And so we were looking at opportunities, and there is an investment opportunity that came out with a company that I know the founder very closely. So I know their values. I know how professional they are. I know that they're going to be very successful as well. I have a lot of belief in them.
Okay.
Not even belief. So, and it's perfectly aligned with Kylian brand and strategy. And it was perfectly aligned with this company strategy of bringing lifestyle global ambassador in sports. Because they came out to me, said, JB, we are, so this company called Richcheck, we are in a watches secondary resale business. We are building a lifestyle platform that has the aim to be global. We have a very good cap table. We have some Asian talent on it. We just we just brought Jay-Z as an investor.
Wow.
And we are looking at be even more global, leveraging one spot talent. And
that's a hell of a plan.
So they asked me this question, and they said, what would you do? Because you are our friend who understands how to leverage the best global with sports, with investment, and so on and so forth. And also can talk directly to some of them. And out of this, I looked at, and for me, the most natural was Kylian, because he is 25-year-old. He's been successful for 10 years. He just moved to Real Madrid. He's positioned as kind of premium luxury. His partnership are with brands like Hublot, Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, Rimowa. His partnership are quite high-end and well-positioned because his team is very smart. His team is very managed, and his entourage is very, very humble. His mom is super smart and very humble too.
You met his mom?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
she's
cute.
very, very nice. Yeah, we work with her directly too.
Okay.
So this gave me the confidence that it could work well, it could gel well. And in the end, I said, we need to do it with him. And we only proposed to him. And I told my friends, guys, we're going to go with one option. We don't go offer
No plan B.
We don't offer it to dozens of people. That's not how we work in this industry. And because that's perfect. We need to convince everyone that this is the perfect thing to do. And sometimes I see this kind of perfection moment. It doesn't always happen. Many times, like 8 out of 10, let's say, people don't see it like I do.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does. And this one, I'm very happy because it happened. And so in Madrid, for the first time, the founding members of the founder of the company had a chance to meet with Kylian, and it clicked very naturally.
Awesome.
So I'm happy that on top of this, now the people chemistry start to happen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to bring this and to show that he's also an entrepreneur looking to support founders, young founders. And he loves Asia, and he's willing to do more and very excited to come and to do a lot of businesses here and build his brand, but as well give back.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. It reminds me of I don't know if you've seen that movie. I don't remember the name, but it's about Nike and how they made this partnership with Michael Jordan.
Shoe Dog.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's I think the actor is what's his name, Ben Affleck, and they're trying to convince Michael Jordan to sign the partnership with Nike, and he's like, no, I think I prefer Adidas, and they're trying to convince him, and they're like, there's no plan B, the only plan is plan A, and it's him, and that's it. And at the end of the movie, you can see the billions of dollars that this partnership made, and it's crazy. So
yeah, it's probably based on the book, Phil Knight book about and it's one of the iconic partnership to showcase that when a partnership is fair, it will build value over time
for both parties.
Yes, they both argued a lot about that deal. And Jordan said, I will be bigger than Nike. I will bring Nike to where Nike would never be without me. But there was a mutual trust to do that. And they agreed with it, and they did it, and they built it. Most of the time, deals are unbalanced. That's why they fall very quickly. And most of the time, they happen because agencies or agents in between are trying to make the deal in balance for one party or another and are very short-term minded.
Yeah, well, I would say the conclusion to that, something I heard, when if a deal went well, it's when both parties think they've been screwed. That means the deal is good.
Or both parties don't feel screwed.
Yeah. But if they both feel screwed, it means they each give something
back.
Yeah.
This is when you said, but actually when you build is when both parties thinks, I got the best.
Yeah.
Or you see the other way. The other way to look at it is when both parties thinks, I got the best deal.
Yeah.
So they think they got a better deal than the others. Means that, you make them very happy. So that's the other positive way of seeing it.
Yeah, it's more positive.
Understand the deal psychology is very, very important. I like the craftsmanship in what I do. This is what excites me.
Cool. I have one more question for you. A question I ask all my guests. Um, is there any lessons that you learned throughout your experience, or do you have any tips to share with fellow entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs?
My tip or my, what keeps on driving me, and something that I try to share and make sure that entrepreneurs have, current and fellow, is stay passionate.
Yeah.
Passion is what drives me a lot into what I do. When you have this passion and this drive and this fire, you will can always thrive. You will see most of the positive side of it. If you just look at all the problems and look at the negative things around the business, the views and so on and so forth, and you lose that, you are like, why am I doing this? Because if you're just doing it for the money or just doing that, at some points, you will lose faith in it.
Yeah.
And so if you want to keep yourself happy, which is very critical, because as we know, I repeat this many times, but happy means, on your mental health side, you're in the green and you can positively impact everyone, your business, yourself. It's a choice, I believe. In many cases, we can't control it. It's about how you control your brain. You can train it too. Athletes are very good at doing it. So there is a lot of learning I got as well from work in being better at becoming what I call a corporate athlete. Is about learning how to tune yourself, be more efficient, recover better, sleep better, be better with your brain, be more sharp. But so this is other advice I can give to entrepreneur. Think about yourself as a corporate athlete to sustain. But the main one I would say is keep your passion and never forget it. Sometimes we tend to, but don't forget the reason why you created that business originally.
Yeah. Don't step away from what drives you. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Very insightful. Thank you, Jean-Baptiste. JB, should I say. Thank you for sharing. It was nice chat. Hope
Thanks
you
so
liked
much
it.
for the invitation.
Thank
And
you. Bye.
thank you.